Welcome to Thoughts with Tea. Today I will be sharing some of the moments I had from January up till December. Before I start sharing, I just want to say a very, very, very big thank you to everyone. It's just so interesting how the process has been. And I want to say thank you for believing in us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing, for the feedback that you have given us. So I just want to say a very big thank you. I appreciate it. It is welcome. So now let us go into moments. So I'll be doing it month by month. In January, I have here, I experienced something at this time and it made me write this. Sometimes the reliable facts don't end up being true. Sometimes reality doesn't end up actually being reality. Follow through. You don't have to see it all from the start. They get clearer with time. So March moments. Okay, let me do it back up. Before March 2020, I always had a mindset that you really don't have to care too much about other people's opinion of you. Of course, I did care about people's opinion, but at the end of the day, after caring, I would just tell myself it really doesn't matter what they think. The only thing that matters is the truth. This is what I learned. Don't ever say you don't care what people think. You should care what people think. Christ wants you. What I wrote is he, but I know it's Christ. He wants you to live a life that through which all men will know that you are his disciples. By this, the world will know that you are my disciples. So it was like he does not just want you to be his disciple, but he wants you to live in a way that everyone would know that you are his disciple, that you know your truths and people also know your truths. So in this moment, what I had to learn is don't ever say you don't care what people think. You should care what people think. Then I also wrote here, don't let them hear. Let them see Jesus in you. They will ask. Because, sometimes we're so carried away, always talking about, the scripture, talking. And our life doesn't actually show. We don't love, we don't care. We don't extend a helping hand. We're in a position to help, we don't help. So here I just wrote, don't let them hear. As in, we shouldn't be caught talking, but instead people should see and experience Christ through us. They will ask when they see. So don't let them hear, let them see Christ in you. They will ask. I have two from March. Don't just complain to God. Make specific requests. Pray and prepare. So this is July. Not every win is a win. Some wins bring more problems than the success they brought. Apply yourself. Consider the circumstances. Don't just take a battle and win that seems obvious. That is, don't just take a battle and a success that seems obvious. Consider if there would be accompanying consequences of the win. So when you see something that looks good, like, oh, this is a win for me, just consider first, do you think that there will be consequences for this win? Because not every win is a win. So here I wrote, don't force yourself to do something you know you shouldn't do because the threat seems to be closing in. Do what you know is right and wait on God. So the nature expressed by Saul under pressure was disobedience to God. This was his true nature. The nature expressed by Peter, this is in the New Testament, Peter with Christ. The nature expressed by Peter under pressure was denial of Christ. But he repented immediately, and we were never shown this nature in Peter again. This suggests that it was an error in character, possibly due to pressure at the time. God that knows the heart of man related with both men differently. So here I was basically comparing the reaction of Saul under pressure and the reaction of Peter under pressure. For Saul, his reaction under pressure was he disobeyed God. For Peter, he denied God. So if you look at it, it almost looks like Peter's one is worse. But in the end, Peter was the one that was told, upon this rock I built my church. And in the end, Saul was the one that was totally rejected by God because of his disobedience. But if you follow through with it, he was actually given opportunity. Later Samuel asked him questions, and he was literally just putting the blame on the people he was leading and the enemy. But in Peter's case, immediately he denied Christ and he remembered the words of Christ. He repented immediately. So you see that the two attitudes are different. Although one person's sin looks greater, but what they did after the sin actually showed difference in character. So God related to both people very, very differently. While one was rejected as the king of Israel, the other person was told, upon this rock I build my church. So it's not so much about the mistake one makes. It's not so much about the sin, but who are you after it? So what I learned is that it's more about, what do I do after I've made a mistake? What's my attitude? What's the state of my heart? What's the genuineness of my heart? I think that's enough for July. Okay, let me just take this one. Wherever you are, your presence will attract traits that trigger you. Your destiny is calling you to give solutions. Your destiny is sending you triggers. It is a call to action. Until you act, they will keep coming. August. Never manage something you don't have to manage. Never manage something you don't have to manage. Option 1, look beyond the flaws. Embrace it. Love covereth all sins. Look beyond the flaws. Embrace it. Option 2, remove yourself from that situation. This is if you totally cannot accept or come to terms with the flaw. Never remain there, bitter, distasteful, and complaining. No, remove yourself. The bitterness or complaint tells on you, not on the situation. Okay, so November. Interesting. There is no such thing as being embarrassed about recalling a stand you took publicly in the past. If an experience makes you see it differently and gives you a better insight, now is a good time to take a new stand. You cannot imprison yourself to your former self because of fear of how people may react to realizing that your perspective or aspects of your person has upgraded to a higher OS, or because persons may perceive you as not being reliable or not knowing what you're doing. Fun fact, you don't have to recall your words or your stand. You could remain authentic and avoid sincere confession by taking them with discretion through the process that led to your renewed perspective, and then reveal your new stand. P.S. People will always talk. Critics will always criticize. Still on November, have some faith. There really was no animal for the sacrifice. If you was to think about it, this boy is the same one that was promised as a nation. Yet he had to give him off. Sometimes thinking about it logically won't help at all. True is the verse, he that observes the wind will not sow. Sometimes all that is required is trust. He could hold back the boy, seeing the Almighty had said he will make a nation out of him, and the boy wouldn't become a nation if he was dead. However, holding back the boy would not bring him to the point of seeing the lamb, because it was after he actually put the boy and was about to kill him. That's when God said, don't touch the child, there's a lamb behind you. However, holding back the boy would not bring him to the point of seeing the lamb prepared in the bushes. The lamb had been there the whole time. His eyes just needed to be open. He just needed to take that step of sacrificing, of giving it all. And then he would see that there's actually something for you. However, holding back the boy would not bring him to the point of seeing the lamb prepared in the bushes. And that would have cost him that show of full trust and confidence in the Almighty, an affirmation of his faith. This deed won him a covenant and a blessing. Check Genesis 22:16-18. Sometimes, leave story. Just have some faith. P.S. Jehovah Jireh. In the mount of God, it shall be seen. Okay, still more in November. Don't make worthless something that is of value to you. Don't use a gift from someone to secure yourself or something of value to you, lest they always make a claim on you to own you in some sort of way. And this will be the last one for today. This brings us to the end of that. I hope you learned something. I hope this has blessed you in some sort of way. I just wanted to,
Hi.
Hallo.
Was machen Sie da?
Ich mache ein Video.
Halloween-Gelände schon zu?
Ja, ich bin draußen. Ich bin alleine.
Okay, alles klar.
Danke. Yes, I hope you learned something. I hope this blessed you. I just wanted to share my 2020 moments. I just wanted to share my 2020 lessons. I just wanted to share, my progress through 2020 and, where 2020 took me to and where I am now. Unfortunately, I couldn't share December, but at least I shared November. If you're not yet subscribed to us, now might be a good time. Please turn on notifications. So when we post, you get to know that we have posted. Like, you get the notification that, we have a post up. And try to watch our videos from top to bottom, like beginning to end, because sometimes the good stuff comes at the end. And unfortunately, sometimes we cannot cut the end and put at the beginning because it's a progress. So please try and watch our videos from beginning to end. If our video blesses you, please try to forward it to someone. Please please engage us in the comment section. Like, share with us. So ThoughtsWithTee, it's about us, we young people. It's about us sharing our experiences. I would like for all of us to be involved. One easy way to be involved is to share your comments. And of course, if I'm going to repost your comments, I would seek your consent first. And even other people can engage you directly in the comment section. So let's make it more interactive. Please, if you have feedback, provide feedback. I'm very, very open and happy to receive feedback. I'm human, of course. But yes, I'm very, very open and happy to receive feedbacks.